IIHM, popularly known as the International Institute of Hotel Management, is one of the largest private hospitality institutes that imparts world-class education and can firmly pride itself for being one of the most foremost academic institutions of the country that offer globally recognized international degrees in hotel management. The hugely popular events that they host IIHM International Young Chef Olympiad.
As the last dish is plated, they can only wait till the evening for the verdict to be pronounced.
Malaysia!
IIHM as an institute has always been able to define its core objectives clearly over the years. It is an institution that has always worked towards causes that give back to the society. IIHM proudly and aptly calls them food soldiers, a dynamic group of students working tirelessly to ensure a hunger-free world.
Hotel management. Hotel plus management. At IIHM, the education is like doing a BBA plus hospitality. Because at IIHM, we train our students to become global business hospitality managers. In one hand, they are full of knowledge in hospitality, charismatic, and they have got the study skills of very hardcore management subjects like finance, strategic HR, global marketing, and a whole range of the management inputs.
IIHM.
For a great hospitality career, call 98310 50,000.
Hello everyone, my name is Iris Rebello and I'd like to welcome you to the wonderful world of IIHM. I'm speaking to you from the IIHM Goa campus, and we are one among the many campuses present all across India. We are in Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, Pune, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, and of course Goa. We have 2 centers abroad as well, in Bangkok and in Samarkand. Now during this career seminar, in the next 40 minutes, you would get to meet our director as well as our members of faculty, who will explain to you in detail about the courses that we offer and also our method of study. So without much ado, I'd like to introduce you to our dynamic director, Mr. Samir Mehta. Samir sir, over to you.
Namaskar and welcome to the world's largest hotel management social network. Welcome to the studios of IIHM. Today we are live from IIHM Goa, one of the most beautiful campuses, and there's a reason why I always say we start off from the world's largest hotel management social network, because we at IIHM are followed by 3.4 million followers on Facebook, and a bit of it, a small bit of it, comes from IIHM Goa. You know, just as we speak, we are 46,000 followers strong right here at Goa, which makes us the most popular institution in South Goa at a given point of time, and it's not just about hospitality. So what makes IIHM so popular? One of the most important reasons why IIHM is popular is because we conduct things like this. We conduct seminars, we tell people about the world of hospitality. We bring the world of hospitality right at your doorstep, and we find out ways and means to initiate people into the art, the business, the commerce, and the entire world of hotel management and hospitality as a whole. So once again, let me welcome you on behalf of one of the world's best hotel management schools. And today we are going to discuss about what kind of career opportunities are existent in this huge, vast world of hospitality. And we are going to discuss this with experts and find out from individual experts as to what do they perceive as good means to become a hospitality professional, and more importantly, to develop a career as a whole in the entire world of hospitality. That is our agenda, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, live from IIHM. But then by now you must have realized, because there are days and on when we talk about IIHM as a whole, and we 15.4 million people talking about us. It's important for you also to know. IIHM is currently existent in so many different campuses. I'll just read out a few of them. We started off with Kolkata. We have campuses in Delhi, Bangalore, Jaipur, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Pune, Bangkok, Samarkand, the last two being our international campuses beyond the borders of this country. And of course, the host campus for today's seminar, that is IIHM Goa, which you can see right here. This one, yeah, there you go. Let me proceed with the idea of hospitality. It's important for you to understand, if you're choosing or thinking about a career in hospitality, you need to understand what kind of curriculum, what kind of an institution would be the most suitable to help you develop an international hospitality curriculum. Which is why we at IIHM host this career seminar today to ensure that you find the right way and then you find the best way of getting an international hospitality career, which is why we are here. Let me give you an example. Let me start by giving you an example. The institutions that are really, really suited for you to make sure that your career in hospitality takes a flying jump are the ones which will initially and will always be recognized internationally, right? As an example, let's take IIHM, an institution that is currently being named as a great place to study by a magazine called Forbes. And if you don't know Forbes, right now take your mobiles out, go to Google and find out what's Forbes. Forbes is a magazine that basically ranks different things. It could be people, right? It could be institutions, it could be industries, it could be companies. बहुत सारी companies, industries, इन सभी को rank करने में सबसे ज़्यादा popular कोई अगर magazine है आज पूरे के पूरे विश्व में, तो वो है Forbes. तो ये Forbes magazine कहती है कि IIHM is a great place to study. तो this is what I mean by recognition. तो क्यों ऐसा कहती है? इसके पीछे बहुत सारे कारण होते हैं और वो कारण के साथ मैं आपको समझाऊंगा आप कैसे अपना करियर जो है हॉस्पिटैलिटी में डेवलप कर सकते हैं। ये जानना आपके लिए बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है कि किसी भी कॉलेज या इंस्टीट्यूशन को अगर रिकॉग्निशन मिलता है तो उसके पीछे 3 बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट कारण होते हैं। ऐसे कारण क्या है? 3 कारण। सबसे पहला ऑफ कोर्स इज द काइंड ऑफ एजुकेशन that you get from that institution. It is very important for you to know that the education that you are doing, whether, as our chairman always says, whether it is history or is it education for the future, because both are 2 very different things. If you are learning from an institution what happened 5 years ago or even 1 year ago, that is history. But if your institution is teaching you how to prepare yourself for the upcoming 5 years or upcoming 10 years, then your institution is teaching you for the future. And such an institution will definitely help shape your career in much, much better fashion than any other institution can. So coming back to Forbes, ऐसा क्या था जिसके कारण Forbes ने identify किया that IIHM is a great place to study? One, IIHM is a very young institution. When I say young, I do not mean by the number of years. I mean young at heart. And hospitality is a young business. It's a business that goes with people who are highly energetic, highly exciting, and find a lot of fun in doing what they do right now, right at this second. And that's what makes IIHM a very young campus, because we keep doing stuff. We keep innovating, we keep creating a lot of ideologies, therefore trying to ensure that our students take the next step in the idea of education, and they don't just consider us to be ये एक और college आ गया. Nothing like that, right? Which is, by the way, the posters that you see behind me, उनमें से कहीं एक मैं भी, and it's not too difficult to identify because there are only 2 guys with spectacles over there. You can definitely look up which one of these am I. And that's the kind of fun we keep doing at IIHM. But fun is not only this. Like I said, an institution has to give the right kind of knowledge. Now, what is this right knowledge? Theory is very important. But as the world progresses today, more important is experiential learning. बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है आपका सिर्फ किताब पढ़ना नहीं, but उसके एप्लीकेशन सीखना कि इन रियल लाइफ आप उसको कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. इसका मतलब वो एक्सपीरियंस गेन करना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. और हॉस्पिटैलिटी में तो और भी ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्योंकि आप जब तक एक्सपीरियंस नहीं करेंगे आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि रियलिटी उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया की क्या है। इसीलिए हमारे करिकुलम में रियल टाइम एक्सपोजर बहुत ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व होता है। लेट्स टॉक अबाउट IIHM Goa. At IIHM Goa, we are associated with a hotel called Lady Smart Woodward Resort. My students study in the campus, and right outside the window is a live functional resort in which they go and do their on-job trainings. Why do they do on-job trainings? Because they need to feel first-hand कि ये hospitality किस चिड़िया का नाम है। और ये करते ही when my students finally pass out, they're not scared of any hospitality operation anywhere in the world. Why? Because they've already worked with one of the best resorts in the international tourist capital of our country, that is Goa. One of the more interesting things that we do is we organize a student food festival. See, a student food festival is organized in a lot of spaces, but claiming to be the biggest in your respective areas, now that's something you can be proud of, right? And that is something we every year do with our students. And when I say the largest food fest, I'm talking about figures like 4-digit figures in which guests come in a span of 3 hours and our students are able to cater to them. And it's not just the idea of catering or just the food production. The entire event needs to be planned, it needs to be organized. Imagine करिए 1000 से ऊपर लोगों की एक इवेंट प्लान करने के लिए हमारे स्टूडेंट्स करीब ऑफ कोर्स 2 महीने पहले से तैयारी शुरू करते हैं, पर वो उसका मेन्यू बनाते हैं, वो वेन्यू डिसाइड करते हैं, वो आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं क्या थीम रहेगा पूरे इवेंट का, वो डिफाइन करते हैं किस तरह का खाना वहां पे सर्व किया जाएगा, क्या वो एक ही तरह का खाना सर्व करेंगे, क्या वो बहुत सारे क्यूजीन्स का मिक्सचर सर्व करेंगे, वो किस तरह से सर्विस करेंगे, किस तरह से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगा पूरे इवेंट का, किस तरह के कल्चरल प्रोग्राम्स होंगे, किस तरह की ड्रिंक्स सर्व होंगी, और वो उनकी सर्विस के बाद किस तरह से गेस्ट्स को वेलकम किया जाएगा, किस तरह से उनका फीडबैक लिया जाएगा, किस तरह से उनको बाय बाय कहा जाएगा, और ये सब के लिए आखिर आप कितना चार्ज करेंगे, और ये भी हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ही डिसाइड करते हैं. So by the end of organization of this international food festival that happens in every location where IIHM is, our students are able to make a plan, a full-fledged event plan for an event right from scratch to the end. In fact, itna end tak ki they have to submit a profit and loss statement about the event to me at the end of the event. You know, we have something called रियालिया, जिसमें हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को कहते हैं कि किसी एक थीम पे एक पूरे रेस्टोरेंट को सजाएं, उस थीम के बेसिस पे पूरी की पूरी सर्विस करें. And they look international themes. They go for Lebanese food, they go for Arabian food or Middle Eastern or Mediterranean food, they go for continental food, sometimes they go for Latin American food, sometimes Australasian food, Oriental food, and of course Indian food, जो कि हमारी स्पेशलिटी तो है. ये सारी चीजें करने के लिए हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को अपने आप को पूरी तरीके से तैयार रखना पड़ता है. And that is what makes them so exposed to the idea of hospitality, so exposed to the techniques of hospitality, so exposed to the feeling and the attitude as well as the aptitude for hospitality, कि जब वो यहाँ से pass out करते हैं, they are ready for anything in the world, and that's what makes them so very special. So when I say knowledge, when I say what the institute gives for education, in hotel management, there are a few basic areas which every hotel management college talks about, and these are the areas which in the end get our students placed in a lot of different spaces across the globe. So what are these areas? The first one is called rooms division. Rooms division is accumulation of front office, which is one department, and accommodation operations, which is another department. Front office is the face generally of the hotel, which connects with the people, connects with the clients, connects with the guests as we call them. And to explain more about how the world of front office operates, we have with us Ms. Nupur Komik, who heads the front office department here at IIHM Goa. Over to you, Nupur.
Namaskar. My name is Nupur Komik and I am senior faculty in IIHM Goa. Today we will talk about the curriculum we have, which is beautifully divided into 3 years in IIHM Goa. Now we have first year, second year and third year. In front office, it is divided as different types of room which are there, what are the different types of grade which are there, how do you do reservation, how you handle registration or check-in, how do you handle departure or check-out. These are something which you learn in first year, which is basic of front office. Now when you move on to second year, it is more of supervisory and more of accounting, where you learn different types of vouchers, different types of accounts. What is front office accounting all about? What do you mean by night audit? So it is more advanced than the first year. Now when you go to third year, you have, in syllabus you have something called planning and evaluating front office operation. You have something which will open a new venue for you, that is revenue management, okay, which is inclusive in front office syllabus. Now revenue management is a new thing and in thing in hotel industry these days. So when you learn revenue management, of course you, after passing out from IIHM, you will get jobs in a different industry, but there is one more department which is open now, that is revenue department. So you can start as a revenue executive, you can become a revenue supervisor, and after that you become a revenue manager. Okay? Now this is all about theory. What happens in practical? Practical, we have live opera, wherein you learn the way you are learning in theory, basic, supervisory, managerial. Same way, as per your theory, you learn in practical. First year you will learn how to do profiling, how to handle telephones, how to do reservation, how to do check-in. In second year you will learn about accounting, and then in third year you will learn about management. It will be as par with your theory. Okay? To understand these things much more, I have my third year specialization student with me, and now they will tell more about the role play, different things they do in college, and how it will help them to get a job.
Namaste. My name is Iilhm and I'm a third year front office specialization student. Role play is something that was taught to us from the year one. Different situations were given to us and we had to find a solution for the problems. It has helped me a lot in situation handling during my industrial training. It has also helped me in improving my convincing skills now that I am confident enough to sell any of my products to the guest. The reason I chose front office is because it has a wide opportunity in not only in the front desk, but even in sales and marketing and revenue management department. Finally, I am very proud and passionate to make a career out of this department. Thank you.
Namaste, I'm Naina and I'm a front office specialization student. Front office is the nerve center of a hotel. It plays a vital role and is also known as the face of the hotel, as it is the first and the last department the guests interact with. We are responsible for creating the first-hand impression of the level of services and facilities provided at the hotel. Working as a part of front office department in college events like the food fest, we had to market our products to different businesses for sponsorship. This taught us to convincingly sell our products and explain it to strangers. While in events like the Young Chef Olympiad, we welcomed and checked in several contestants from different countries and cultures, some of whom didn't even speak English. This taught us to effectively communicate with different types of people and make sure they are well taken care of. I am proud to be a part of this department.
Well said, Abhinav. Namaste. My name is Virgil. I am third year front office student from IIHM. When I joined this institution, I was very nervous, but faculty made sure that I was ready for this industry by making me an extrovert person. Now I am confident enough to face people. This course improved my communication skills and personality and public speaking and developed my personality. And at last, I would like to thank IIHM for helping me to the person who I am today.
The other part of the rooms division is accommodation operations. Accommodation operations today holds a lot of worth, a lot of value, because this is the department that deals with cleanliness, hygiene, and overall beauty of any specific location. So next time when you go to a hotel and you really love the place that has been done up, there is actually a team of people who are working very hard for it. And to teach accommodation operations in our campus, we have Ms. Pearl Rodriguez. Over to you, Pearl.
Good day, everyone. My name is Pearl Rodriguez, and I head the housekeeping department or the accommodation operations department at the IIHM Goa. Okay, I'm here to speak about the particular department which I head over here. As I said, accommodation operations is what I look after. People have a very wrong notion of housekeeping as what housekeeping is. They feel that housekeeping is all about sweeping and mopping and dusting. But I tell you, it's a very, very interesting department where you can even go into entrepreneurship, right? Okay, so let me tell you what the department is like. Housekeeping, let me tell you first, is the backbone of the hotel. Housekeeping is the backbone of the hotel. Earlier, we used to say that housekeeping is one of the back areas of the hotel and stuff like that. But housekeeping interacts with the guests as much as the other departments do, right? Now, what does housekeeping deal with? Housekeeping, yes, deals with sweeping, mopping, cleaning of that area, keeping it as good as new on any given day. We also look after the laundry, the flowery part of it, that's the floristry. Okay, we also deal with lost and found, we deal with interior decoration. Okay, let me also tell you that in any given new property, the executive housekeeper is one of the first people to be recruited. Now, when I say first people to be recruited, it is because she has to design the uniforms. She has to take care of the color schemes, the interior decoration of what couch will go where, which sofa will go where, what type of lighting to be used. Is it going to be diffused? Is it going to be direct lighting? The color combinations of the place, the color combinations of the different people in terms of uniform, what uniform colors are going to suit which department, keeping in mind what work they'll be doing. It's obvious that you can't give a gardener a brown uniform, a white uniform or something like that, because it will get dirty very fast. In other sense, you can't give a synthetic uniform to a gardener or to the people working in kitchen, because it will defeat the purpose. They feel very hot, and in the kitchen there will be chances of maybe catching fire or the uniform getting heated up, right? So these are some of the things. Now, when I spoke about entrepreneurship, there are many people who have started their own businesses, like taking contract services of different areas. If they buy their own machines, or open their own laundry. They can open their own florist shop. There are endless possibilities. And speaking of hotel management as a whole, there are endless possibilities of you getting in different departments and trying different things. Now, where is housekeeping used? Housekeeping is used in any place which is frequented by people. It could be a restaurant, it could be a hotel, it could be a residential place, a recreational place, any place which is frequented by people, housekeeping can be used. Now, there are different places or different areas of housekeeping. As I told you, the florist is one, the floristry is one, okay, the uniforms is one, the laundry is one, the linen room. There are endless ways in which you can get into housekeeping. It is a very, very satisfying job. And people need to be creative in this particular department. As you can see, the jar which is over here, which I've used for this particular flower arrangement, has been made or has been decorated by the third year students of IIHM. It is a Nutella jar which has been beautifully, there's a stencil which is made out of a heart and which is used as a flower. This is how creative we are. Yes, thank you.
The next department happens to be one of the most popular departments in any hospitality institution. And this is the Culinary Arts, that is food production and patisserie. Now, this is the department which a lot of people enjoy because it's a very creative department, a department that involves a lot of creativity, a lot of hard work, a lot of challenges, and the end result is the most satisfying because this is the department that makes food. To head this department at IIHM Goa, we have Chef Sangeeta. Oh, Chef Sangeeta.
Hi, a very good afternoon to everyone. This is Chef Sangeeta from IIHM Goa. I take care of the kitchen department in IIHM Goa. Today I'm going to be introducing you to the fantastic kitchen which IIHM Goa has. Let's go inside. Come. So we have this huge kitchen with us right now. We have few of our students also working right away with us. They are the year 3 specialization students, and if you can see, we got a long kitchen where at least 30 students can work together. But yes, at the same time, keeping all the COVID protocols in mind, we must keep things in mind that we need to maintain some social distancing, we need to maintain the hygiene habits, and we make sure that the students do all the work. Okay, so now we move on. I'm going to be showing you a few of our tables which our students are working on. These are the tables which we use. We have the attached basin along with it. We have few of the tables also have the OTGs which the students avoid any kind of too much movement while they're working in the kitchen. We have two different kinds of dustbin which the students maintain. One is the dry one, garbage. We teach the students the differentiation of garbage as well. If you can see here, we got with us Saksham, who is a year 3 student and he specializes in kitchen. And I would like to also mention that from IIHM Goa, we got a fantastic very creativity and creation called El Gusto, which is a magazine, and these year 3 students are actually leading it and creating it. I'm going to be calling one more student of mine, Ketan, and if you all can just say a few words about El Gusto.
Sure. So El Gusto was the first e-magazine that was started in any of the IIHM's campus, and Goa was the first one to take any sort of initiative on that. Okay, then.
So this time the theme for the e-magazine is Ama Mia with the Mango Mania. Every quarterly we are launching a new magazine, and also the third year student help us to do this magazine.
Yes, I mean this magazine has been launched at the time when the students couldn't even meet each other. They just have to take their phone and speak. They have to create things when they are far apart. And yes, we created as IIHM Goa El Gusto, which is one of our remarkable magazine from the cookery books. Now I would like to show you something very interesting that few of us, these students are making something very interesting today. We have Mahima with us. Mahima, what are you making today?
We are making a warm pasta salad, which is originally a continental dish, which goes with veggies and mayonnaise.
Fantastic. So she is busy making that, and assisting with her is Rushikesh, who is again our specialization student in kitchen. Okay, here we go. We have Dada Kalanda, who belongs to Goa. Very proud of being a chef. He wants to become a chef. What are you making today, Dada?
Hello guys, Kalanda over here. Today we are gonna make grilled chicken, which is a continental dish, and these are the things we are gonna use for it. We have Amora white wine, which we are gonna flavor it with. Then we have salt and pepper. We use fresh thyme, which is also grown in our campus, and then we will be doing it on a grill pan to get a perfect texture and a perfect flavor.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was fantastic. Assisting with him in the team as we got Alvin Pudino and we have Ketan with us. Next we move on. We have something very interesting. These children are very good in making very simple dish but more creative way. We got Viviana, Kaushik and Vaibhavi with us who is working on something. What are you working at?
Hi, this is Viviana. So today we are making the coleslaw salad sandwich. Basically the coleslaw salad is a salad from the Netherlands, which is made with juliennes of cabbage and carrot and dressed in a vinegar dressing.
Okay, Viviana, if you can just share your experience, how it was when you were in first year until now, if you can just explain to you in few lines.
First year has been amazing. Being in college, learning a lot practically. We gained a lot of experience. But second year, however, we were home, but we gained a lot of knowledge also. So now we are back here for the practicals. We can actually do stuff here. So we are looking forward for a great third year.
They say that being here is a fantastic, after a year long being here in the college, starting with the physical classes, we are happy, they are happy as well, but though we maintain all the COVID protocols, what has been determined by the government. So that's all from my side. We will be very soon seeing the fantastic dishes which will be made by our student, guided by me and in IIHM Goa. Thanking you, logging off from IIHM Goa. This is Chef Sangeeta. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
खाना तो बन गया, but after the food has been made, the next very important thing is how do you sell that? Because remember, hospitality is not just about the preparation, it is also about selling, because you're playing with money, and it is important to know how to sell a product or how to upsell a product. क्या आप किसी को सिर्फ प्लेन व्हाइट राइस बेचेंगे, या क्या आप उनसे बोल के उसको फ्राइड राइस में कन्वर्ट करवा सकते हैं, या आपको लगता है कि उसको फ्राइड राइस की जगह हम एक मटन बिरयानी खिलाएं जिससे कि आपको सबसे ज्यादा मुनाफा होगा. That also is a part of hospitality, and this plus the restaurant management, event management is taken care of by a department called as food and beverage service. फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस वो डिपार्टमेंट है जो कि रेस्टोरेंट मैनेजमेंट आपको सिखाता है, इवेंट मैनेजमेंट आपको सिखाता है, और आगे चल के अपने आप में एक करियर बिल्डिंग प्रोस्पेक्ट भी बन सकता है. To focus more on food and beverage service and to tell you more about this department, we have Ms. Alisha and Mr. Dhiren. Over to you, Alisha.
Hello everyone, welcome to the career seminar at IIHM Goa. My name is Alisha.
And my name is Dhiren.
And we are the food and beverage service faculties at IIHM Goa.
So our basic job at the institute is basically making sure that all of the students have been given a strong foundation for food and beverage, and also helping them to get towards their future and being good food and beverage specialists.
Yes, so as you know, a career in food and beverage service is not only rewarding, but it can also take you to many places. You can make a career for yourself in not only in hotels, in resorts, in catering establishments. You can also work for leading airlines and cruise lines if you are specializing in food and beverage service. But remember one thing, you need to have a passion for food and beverage and also a liking for people. So we have a restaurant here, Woods, which is our training restaurant, and our students are up to something in there. So let's see what they are up to.
Welcome everyone at Woods, which is our training restaurant, and as you can see, we have here Tejas, who is our final year student, and he will guide you all ahead.
Hi everyone, we are preparing for a high profile event which will be in a fine dining style. So as you can see, my teammates are polishing the glass and making sure that they are clean and spotless. And over here, another teammate is polishing the plates and keeping it clean.
Next, we have Declan here, who is going to take you all ahead.
Thank you, sir. Here I am my batchmate Ryan, who is doing the table alignment. It is a really important aspect of fine dining experience. So next here we have Vinay, who is doing the napkin folds. So Vinay, what kind of napkin fold is that?
Hello, this is a birds of paradise and also known as coxcomb.
Lovely. So moving on forward, we have Mr. Leandro.
Hi everyone, my name is Leandro Costa, and as you can see here, we have the full-fledged bar in which we learn to make different kinds of cocktails and mocktails. And behind the bar we have Kishore. And Kishore, hi Leandro, who is aspiring to be a bartender and who's keeping the glasses ready for tonight's event. Thank you. Hope you like the glimpse of our restaurant. Hope to see you soon.
ये कोर एरियाज है, और इन कोर एरियाज के अलावा कोर एरियाज के आगे you also need to learn something very important. As Dr. Bose was saying at the beginning of this presentation, it's hotel management, which means hotel plus management, and that's where things become very interesting, because you need to learn not just about hotel techniques, not just technicals, you need to understand the management aspect of it, and that comes with your curriculum here. Right? You need to understand a bit of finance, you need to understand a bit of management as a whole, human resources, sales and marketing, very important, because today everything revolves around getting the right sales pitch. In fact, there is one of the subjects that we teach where we specifically tell our students how to set up a business plan. The idea of entrepreneurship, the idea of setting your own business and getting it right through, whether be it in terms of investment, be it in terms of legalities, be it in terms of vendorships, be it in terms of getting your clients. How do you take your business step by step and help it expand? That is also a part of hospitality. And that's what also makes IIHM one of the more premier institutes of this country and beyond in terms of hospitality management. So I told you there are 3 points that make any institution good for you to get your international placement, right? First one I said was the knowledge. The second is the exposure that your students, that you as students can get. And it is very important that you get the right kind of exposure, because if your exposure is not correct, then it will somewhere down the line, maybe 10 years, 15 years, it will start hampering your growth in the future. Which is why at IIHM, we always try and ensure that our students go ahead for their internship in an international background. What is internship? In the second year of education, our students are sent out to various hotels. Now, it could be domestic hotels, that is within India, or it could be international hotels that is beyond the scope of our country. Within India also, we have the largest hospitality chains looking out for our students, like Taj, IIHM, Oberoi, Marriott, Hyatt, of course, they're international brands, but they also look for students from IIHM, and then they take these students for internship. Now, what happens in an internship? In an internship, my students get real-time exposure to various departments, which we just spoke about previously, in a 5-star or a 5-star deluxe hotel. That means they go to the hotel, they actually perform, they actually work in these departments, they learn from these departments, and by the time they are finished, it's a 6-month internship. By the time they come back, they are a different person. They're a person who now has work experience that is very different from having just a training experience somewhere off, right? 6 months of work. So, sochiye, aapke paas, by the time you finish your curriculum, you not only have a degree, but you also have a 6 months of supervised work experience that you show on your CV, that I went ahead and I did this work. Ye benefit aapko milta hai. And this is what I mean by exposure. And by exposure, I not only mean hotels in India, I mean hotels abroad, as you can see. All the students that you see in the photographs behind me are students who went and trained abroad. Of course, what is the benefit of training abroad? Or what is the benefit of going international? First and foremost, it's a bigger market. India is only one of the nations that's very good in hospitality, but the world is huge. The world is vast. My students can pick and choose where do they want to go and work. Do they want to train from France? Do they want to train from Germany? Do they want to train from Switzerland? Do they want to train from the Middle East? Do they want to train from Australia? So on and so forth. The entire world, the entire globe is their playground. And that's what makes the institution a much more recognized and respected institution internationally. Because our students, one, they get an opportunity to do this. Second, they perform so well, because Indians are fantastic at the world of hospitality. And then my students go ahead and perform fantastically outside. And that makes their career path much more easier, because then they can go out, they can go after their 3 years of completion, their education internationally becomes easier for the application, because they have an internship which is already outside the boundaries of this country. Then they want to go apply for placements outside this country, it becomes easier. So the term international has to apply to each and every student at IIHM. And that is what we count as success. Right? So this is how at IIHM we give a lot of exposure to our students. And that kind of exposure makes them much better professionals down the line. And this is also one of the reasons why IIHM has been continuously named as the best hospitality education brand in the country by no other than Z. Imagine a brand like Z giving this award to IIHM. There must be a reason behind it. Well, these are the reasons behind it. This is what makes IIHM a different place to be. And because of the kind of career prospects that the students get. Which brings me to the very next point that we are going to discuss. I told you exposure. How do we ensure that our exposure becomes more for the students? How do our students get to develop the most important part for an exposure, and that is your network? Remember the first slide we started off with? We started off by saying that we are the world's largest social network for hospitality. Well, here's how we achieve it. Here's how we ensure that our students get the very best in terms of mentorship, in terms of guidance. We have people from the field of hospitality, leaders from the field of hospitality, who help our students out. Now, why would they help our students out? Because the biggies of hospitality get elected as fellows of IIHM. Now, what are fellows of IIHM? The fellows of IIHM are those people who have left a mark. They have become legends in the world of hospitality. And when they become legends in the world of hospitality, they also ensure that they pass on this legacy to the very next young hotel entrepreneur or hotel professional. And where do they get all of these people? Nowhere else, at IIHM. And this is how it proceeds, right? So the people that you see behind me, you may not recognize all of them, but let me name a few. People like Ms. Priya Paul, who heads the APJ Student Park Hotels. Mr. Ritesh Agarwal, who heads Oyo Rooms, which is the third largest hotel chain in the world. Divan Gautamanan from ITC. Right? Ms. Anita Vendigata, who is the Special Secretary to United Nations World Tourism Organization. People like this are part of this select few leadership board. These are the people who were elected as fellows of IIHM, and as fellows, they help the students of IIHM. They guide the students of IIHM and ensure that students of IIHM they get through the right spaces, the right blocks, and that's how the network for my students develops. Chef Ranveer Brar talks about IIHM. Chef Ranveer Brar also mentions that also comes and teaches at different IIHM campuses. Now that is the benefit of going international. That is what I mean when I say the kind of exposure that you get from the institution makes a lot of difference in your career choice in the world of hospitality. The last, so I gave you 2 pointers, right? The first point was the kind of education. The second very important point was the kind of exposure that you get because of the institution that you are in. And one of the most important reasons why you should or should not choose a particular institution is the kind of placements. Now all this is interconnected together. सोचिए जरा, अगर आपका नेटवर्क अच्छा होगा ऑटोमेटिकली आपके प्लेसमेंट्स के टाइम पे आपको काफी हेल्प रहेगी, राइट? अगर आपकी नॉलेज अच्छी होगी आपके प्लेसमेंट्स के टाइम पे आपको काफी हेल्प रहेगी. So based upon point number 1 and point number 2, we are able to ensure that our students get selected in some of the biggest brands across the globe. And when I say globe, it is only because we have not discovered anything beyond that. The day we make sure that there is a hotel on Moon, we at IIHM will make sure our students get selected at the Moon. We are that confident of the kind of service teachings, we are that confident about our students that we are sure that the day चांद पे भी अगर आप होटल खोलेंगे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स चांद पे जाके भी सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हैं. That is the beauty of it. So what type of hotels recruit the students from IIHM? Well, brands like Marriott, it's the largest hotel brand in the world, Hilton, Hyatt, IHG, Carlton Residor, IGC, Taj, Oberoi, The Park, you name it, and all of them are right there on the screen behind me. ये सारे के सारे hotels यहाँ से IIHM से recruitment करते हैं. That is the benefit of having the largest social network. And not just social network, that's also a lot of hard work that has been put in by all the members of the faculty across IIHM who tirelessly ensure that they have in direct connect to the hotel. एक और कारण है direct connection. Remember when I said that we never focus on teaching history, we focus on teaching what is the future. How do we find out what is the future? What better way than to actually reach out to a hotel and say, how are you planning to change your service style tomorrow, day after 1 week, after 1 month, after 1 year? And then So ensure that it is also inculcated in the students of the future, in those who are becoming the professionals of the future. इस तरीके से हम अपनी education develop करते हैं और ये network हमारे students के बहुत काम आता है. And that's how we ensure that students at IIHM truly deserve the tag of being an international professional. So what kind of recruitments have happened from Goa this year? Well, right now, here you go on your screens behind me. You can check out the brands. And it's the Marriott, it's Moore, it's Retails. Puma came for recruitment, and Puma is, as you know, is an international brand, and our students who join Puma, well, they are a very happy lot. Right? You have Azaya. So properties keep on coming. As we speak, right now also, we are helping our students gain the right kind of jobs, the right job which will help them push beyond their capabilities as a professional and help them beyond, right? We also have a very strong alumni network. This alumni network helps our students in the future. They always can come back, they can always connect with each other, they can connect with us, and they can always ask us if any help is required. So that is the kind of benefit our students get from being a student from IIHM. And that's how we ensure that our students develop into some of the best professionals in the world. So, very important for us to note. When you choose a campus, when you choose an institution, remember, the institution has to give you the right kind of education. The institution has to give you the right exposure to the industry that you are choosing to proceed in. And finally, the institution should be able to give you the right placement. The exposure plays a very important role. The placement plays a very important role, and nothing beats the foundation of the right kind of education. Well, everything else apart, not just about the 3 points that I just raised. Remember, the most important aspect is how do you perceive yourself as a student in that institution. We are one of the largest campuses of hospitality in the country. We are situated over 20 acres of land with a live resort attached to us. That gives our students an edge. And when you choose your institution, remember, that is what you need to look at. How do you get something better out of the institution that you are studying in? So remember one thing, folks. Whenever you choose your institution, whenever you decide what you want to do in the field of hospitality, remember the 3 golden rules that I just said and choose your institution based upon that, because then the careers that we just discussed in the different forms of hospitality, they will all be right at your doorstep, and we will all look at it and ensure that you become the most successful person in the field of hospitality. Well, I gave you 3 points which are very, very important for an institution if they want the students like you all to join in. But एक छोटी सी चीज है जो बहुत ज़्यादा important है और वो हम definitely आपको बताना चाहेंगे, वो ये कि what kind of space does the institution have? To show you what kind of space we have at IIHM Goa, I have my head of administration, Ms. Alita D'Souza, standing somewhere in the campus, and I'll keep it mysterious. Alita, over to you.
Namaste everyone, myself Alita D'Souza. I am the program leader at IIHM Goa. Now when I say Goa, I feel really proud that I work in this beautiful atmosphere of Goa where I get to see hospitality in each and every person residing here. Now, to speak about Goa, it's a very, very beautiful place. It's a tourism capital of the country wherein people plan for years to come, and maybe they make it once or twice in a lifetime, and they enjoy just maybe 3 or 4 days and they go back. But imagine me staying in Goa forever and enjoying this beautiful weather and this beautiful greenery all my life. I'm going to take you to some parts of a campus wherein you will fall in love with it, and maybe you'll make a decision to come and study here and pursue your hospitality and take it to a higher level. Now, to speak about Goa, if you plan to do hospitality, I'm sure that you should try out IIHM Goa, because the curriculum that we teach here is extraordinary. It's distinguished. It is not like complete theory syllabus or something like that. We have a blend of theory, practicals, events, wherein we make holistic development of our students. Now, when you take admission in IIHM Goa, in the first year, we try and give you the entire basics of hospitality industry. Basically, everything that should make your base of hospitality really strong. In the second year, basically, we will try and teach you a lot about wines, a lot about Indian cuisine, a lot about quantity cooking, and a lot more. If you go to see accommodation operations, there's something called as managerial role. And then front office, again, what are the duties and responsibilities of middle management. We try and teach you everything in these 3 years of your course. So basic, and not to forget the industrial training. Now in the second year, we send our students to industrial training either in India or abroad if the student wishes to go, so that the student gets a complete development and gets to see the industry firsthand. Now when you go for industrial training, you work in all the 4 departments, which also helps you to choose your specialization or to see where exactly you need to stand or what departments you should improve on. In the third year, basically, we have collaboration with West London University, wherein you can go to West London and study your third year, or you can learn it at this beautiful IIHM Goa campus. Now this is about the curriculum of IIHM Goa. Now if I have to show you a little bit of IIHM Goa, I would just like to take you to this beautiful resort that we are located in. Now the structures that you see on the camera right now are beautiful villas of Indismart Woodburn Resort, which is the hotel where we are situated. It's a nice village style setup, and as you see, the weather is also very pleasant and the atmosphere is very inviting. This entire IIHM Goa campus is based in lush greenery. It's surrounded by lush greenery all over, so not a single day you get bored of this entire climate. Now the structure that you see on your camera is the F&B service, the training restaurant and the commercial restaurant that belongs to the hotel. Now our students get to work firsthand in this restaurant, and this is the place wherein they can polish their skills of F&B service and get to learn a little more about, and they get to use this. They also have something called as Realia, wherein they get to run this restaurant for some days, so that basically adds on to your knowledge. Also, we will have a lot of events wherein you will be working in this particular restaurants, where you will be serving real guests, and you get to see that hospitality, you'll get to learn from real experience. Now again, this is a huge swimming pool that we have, where our guests also use it and our students also get to use it, but after the work hours. And I proudly say that we have this nice swimming pool. Again, if you see, this is the lush greenery wherein the entire IIHM Goa campus is based, and we never get bored of this entire nature. And basically if you come to study here, it's a very peaceful place, very beautiful. You have everything at hand. You don't get this greenery otherwise. You do not get this in metropolitan cities or maybe some other places. Now, if I speak about Goa a bit more, every individual of this nice and cozy state is very hospitable, because we are the tourism capital of the country. Now, if you go outside, you will see real hospitality in people. People are very accommodating, they are very nice. They speak to you very pleasantly, even if you're unknown. And that is what you study in hospitality. So imagine you getting that entire atmosphere around you. That gives you an upper edge when you study hospitality. When we speak, we have spoken a lot about the curriculum, we have spoken about Goa. now let's speak about some events that we host. Now we host a major event, which is the Food Fest, which we host every year. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it this year, but we have who's who of the industry coming here and dining. We have a lot of fine dining events for our students, wherein we invite the executive chefs, we invite the general managers, the vice presidents to come and dine with us, so that students get to learn hospitality from from distinguished people. Now also we have lots of other events wherein we do a lot of CSR activities, wherein food soldier activities, wherein we go and give some food for orphanages or old age homes or needy people. So basically this entire course that you will be studying at IIHM Goa helps to develop you holistically, and we look at after you pass out of these 3 years, you feel proud of yourself that you have completed hospitality from this distinguished institute and this distinguished chain. So as staff at IIHM Goa, I really feel proud to be associated with IIHM chain, and empowering a lot of students who come and study at IIHM Goa, or basically the entire IIHM chain, who takes care of the students so well and try to give them maximum benefit, try to give them a lot of knowledge which is currently there in the industry. So basically through a lot of guest speakers, through a lot of events that we do. So we wish to see a lot of students coming and joining this beautiful campus with us, and all the best, and hope to see you all soon.
With that, signing off from the Goa studios, this is Sameer Mehta. Stay safe and stay happy. Namaskar.
IIHM, popularly known as the International Institute of Hotel Management, is one of the largest private hospitality institutes that imparts world-class education and can firmly pride itself for being one of the foremost academic institutions of the country that offer globally recognized international degrees in hotel management. The hugely popular events that they host, IIHM International Young Chef Olympiad.
As the last dish is plated, they can only wait till the evening for the verdict to be pronounced.
Malaysia!
IIHM as an institute has always been able to define its core objectives clearly over the years. It is an institution that has always worked towards causes that give back to the society. IIHM proudly and aptly calls them food soldiers, a dynamic group of students working tirelessly to ensure a hunger-free world.
Hotel management. Hotel plus management. At IIHM, the education is like doing a BBA plus hospitality, because at IIHM we train our students to become global business hospitality managers. In one hand, they are full of knowledge in hospitality, charismatic, and they have got the study skills of very hardcore management subjects like finance, strategic HR, global marketing, and a whole range of the management inputs.
IIHM